you. I am so glad to join the leaders of the Progressive Caucus, Representatives Keith Ellis and Raul Grijalva, and all the members who are here today to introduce the Restore the American Dream for the 99% Act, an economic recovery bill that will create jobs and restore tax fairness. The debates on deficits, debt, jobs, the economy going on in Congress and throughout Washington right now boil down to the same question. Which side are you on? Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of our seniors, our children, the middle class? Or are you on the side of the richest individuals and corporations? The battle lines for the debate have been drawn, and I am standing with my progressive colleagues and the 99%. We need to create jobs, protect the social safety net, and raise revenue so that we can pay for the investments that our nation needs. 30 years of reverse Robin Hood policies have taken from the middle class to make the rich even richer, while destroying the American dream and our economy. So let's look at the numbers. The richest 1% own 34% of our nation's wealth, more than the entire bottom 90%. 400 Americans make nearly as much as the bottom 150 million Americans combined. The average Fortune 500 CEO makes more money before lunch on the first working day of the year than his minimum wage employer makes all year. Productivity is up, but median wages are at the 1999 levels of $26,364. It is no wonder that the OECD just reported, our international organization, just reported the United States is 31st out of 34 rich countries in income inequality. So we have to reverse course. We have to get our fiscal house in order, and the best way to do that is to create jobs. So 2 bills that I've introduced this year have been incorporated into this package of the Progressive Caucus. Americans need jobs, and we believe the best way to put people back to work is by hiring them. The emergency jobs to put America back to work provisions within this bill would create jobs by hiring people to do the work that is needed in our communities. We hire teachers and cops and firefighters, construction workers to rebuild and repair schools, and healthcare workers to expand access to medical care. We hire young people to conserve public lands and provide work-study jobs for college students. Putting people back to work is good for families, it's good for our economy, and it's the first step in deficit reduction. Workers are both taxpayers and consumers. At the same time, we need to erase income inequality. The fairness and taxation provisions in the bill would implement higher tax rates on millionaires and billionaires. And according to a Wall Street Journal NBC poll, 80% of Americans believe the best way to reduce the deficit is by raising taxes on those who make more than $1 million, asking them to pay their fair share. We're talking about $1 million up to $1 billion earners for 1 year. The fairness and taxation provisions would raise more than $800 billion over the next decade by creating new tax brackets, beginning at 45% for income over $1 million and rising to 49% for income at $1 billion or more. And yes, there are Americans who have income over $1 billion a year. John Paulson, a hedge fund manager, made $5 billion last year. And by the way, these rates are lower than the tax rates during the Reagan administration. This isn't about punishment or revenge. This is about fairness. The bill we will be debating on the floor today just shows just what happens if you don't ask the wealthiest to contribute their fair share. The Republican plan spares millionaires and billionaires and instead asks those who are already struggling, low-income and middle-class families, the unemployed, children, seniors, and persons with disabilities to make do with even less. And I want to make this point as strongly as I can. We are not helpless in the face of these challenges. Unlike an earthquake or a hurricane, these are man-made problems, and we have the tools to fix them. Inequality, job loss, even the deficit are all the result of policies and choices that have been made, and there are remedies. That's what we're presenting today. It is now time for the American people to stand up and make their choices clear. We, the Progressive Caucus, stand on the side of a prosperous future for all Americans, where the most vulnerable among us are protected, the middle class is strong, and the American dream is alive and well. Thank you.